thank you for coming to the Summer Cultural Arts Series. Today's performers are legends here in Lafayette for sure. They are the Nyaho Garcia duo. Both William Chapman Nyaho and Susie Garcia are piano professors at USL, and they do perform quite a bit around here. So we're very pleased that they have joined us today. I want to remind you that pretty soon, maybe by the end of the summer, their CD, the premiere of their CD will be available. And I think it's maybe around the end of August. So you can contact them. I think there's a sheet in the back where you can sign up to be contacted, and they will contact you in return. I just want to remind you that there will be no unauthorized photography, videography, sketching, pictures, anything during this performance. Please adhere to the no photography ruling, if you please. And I'd like to thank the sponsors, Representative Wilfred Pierre of District 44 for believing in neighborhood arts, for the Acadiana Arts Council, for the Lafayette Convention and Visitors Commission, and KATC TV3. These beautiful instruments here are courtesy of Raymond Goodrich at Lafayette Music Company. I really want to thank him for the tremendous job he did in getting them in this building and up onto this stage with no rear entry. So it was a real production to get these wonderful instruments here. And also thank Mr. Sam Whitmire for coming in to tune them when they were delivered and coming in early this morning to tune them again. So you're in for a rare treat. They'll be out in a second. Enjoy. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming to this concert. We're going to play you lots of wonderful music from different parts of the world. We're going to play you music which has been influenced by different kinds of cultures. We're going to be doing Rodeo, which has the influence of New England rural fiddling, square dancing, Jamaican music, the Jamaican Rhumba. We're going to be playing you music from which has been influenced by Mexican traditions and also Ghanaian traditions, where I'm from. And actually, by the way, before we get onto the real program, I wanted to play a little surprise tune for Kathy Ball, who just had her birthday. I was just about to ask you how old you were, but okay. All right. Okay. The piece we're going to start off with is Rodeo, two scenes from Rodeo, Hoe-Down and Saturday Night Waltz. And this music, written by Aaron Copland, was influenced by New England rural fiddling music and square dancing. And so you're going to have a lot of really wonderful repeated patterns. You're going to hear strings tuning up, and then getting into the music. For example, the Hoe-Down, I'm sure some of you will recognize as the advertisement of what's for dinner, beef. And then the second one is a wonderful waltz, a very slow waltz, beautiful, and hope you enjoy these two pieces.
The Jamaican Rhumba. And what is fun about that piece is that the Caribbean rhythms that composers use, or that come from that part of the world, are sort of unevenly pulsed. So in that piece you hear 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you have kind of an uneven pulse, and that's a real characteristic of Afro-Caribbean music. The next piece that we're going to play is by a Jamaican composer also, named Eleanor Alberga. And this piece merges traditional Jamaican melodic patterns and rhythms with sort of a serious compositional form, a compositional technique known as minimalism, which means that there are long passages of things that are repeated identically. So you might have a measure that gets repeated 4, 8, 12 times, and the changes that you hear are very subtle. But over that, the underlying component of that is this very interesting Caribbean rhythm and a delightful tune. And in fact, she quotes the tune that you just heard in the Jamaican Rhumba in this piece. So listen for it. It's not, it doesn't jump out at you, but it's certainly there. And it's just kind of a fun little reference that she's making to sort of the culture of Jamaican classical music.
The next piece we're going to play is Savannah. There's a slight difference in the order of the program, but Savannah by Joan, Epstein, and it's 2 movements. It's actually part of a bigger work in 4 movements, and we're going to play the last 2. And Joan Epstein, a friend of ours from Eckerd College in Florida, composed this. We asked her about composing a piece. I'd heard some of her pieces before and really liked them. And she decided to take up the offer, the challenge. And she came up with these pieces. And the 3rd movement, which we're going to play, is called Cabin Door, and is based on a bunch of tunes. One is Old Adam, which is a folk song from the Georgia Sea Islands, and also a piece called Up Sally, where she talks about, I have to read this here. It really, a more positive musical allusion in Cabin Door is a clapping play. And Up Sally is this sort of thing that you have to do, and you'll probably see us doing that. We haven't gone crazy, you know. But it's really a fun piece. It's very rhythmic and uses tunes from the South Georgia Islands off Savannah. And then the last piece, Klala, is based on drum rhythms and drum patterns from Ghana. Music from that part of the country is based on dancing. So what you might think is very repetitive, there's supposed to be some participation in the music. But since this is for a concert piece, you may have to adjust your ears to this repetitive thing going on. And do you want to play the... And what is very interesting about this rhythmic pattern is you can hear it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. And then you can also hear it in 6, 1, 2, 3. So you have all of that going on. So she uses all the different rhythmic patterns that you're going to that are used in the Agbaja dance tradition. There's also another pattern which goes pa-pam, pa-pam, pam, 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 pa-pam, pa-pam, pam, pam, pam. And so it's just going to, things are just going to come in and creep out. And hope you really enjoy this. The next piece we're going to play is Braziliera from Milhaud's Scaramouche. This is a piece in 3 movements, and we're playing the last piece, which is taken from Brazil, hence Braziliera, and it's a very lively samba movement, and you have dun dun dun. Again, you have, it's just very rhythmic. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, and it's very similar to some of the Jamaican music you just heard. And I'm going to stall for time as my partner drinks water. And so, Braziliera.
There we go again. Let's see. Let's try that. Our last piece is also by Copland, who our first piece was by. And both of the Copland pieces will be on our upcoming CD, which will be available in about 6 weeks, in case anyone's interested. All the piano music, two piano music of Aaron Copland. This piece is El Salón, México. It was the first piece that Copland wrote that was in his more popular, lighter vein. He made a turn towards, away from more abstract music as part of leftist politics and an interest in trying to figure out why the audience for serious classical music was dwindling. So he made a decision that perhaps if music in order for music to be more accessible for the common folk, that he would use materials from the folk musics of the various styles of the Americas. And he spent a great deal of time in Latin America and was very fond of Mexico in particular. And this piece, called El Salón Mexico, was a series of impressions on his first extended trip to Mexico, where he spent a lot of time in a bar. So, I just made that up. I don't really know if that's true. El Salón Mexico actually was a bar, and he did go to this bar, and it was a kind of an interesting place. It was a place where he writes in his memoirs that there was a sign saying, "Please don't throw lighted cigarette butts on the floor so the ladies won't step on them." And then there was a guard that would frisk you as you came in to take your weapons away, and to take your artillery away, is what Copland wrote. So this piece is a series of impressions on a typical day in El Salón Mexico, which was the name of the bar, actually. And the piece starts, it's in 4 big sections. The piece starts out with sort of a antiphonal fanfare between the pianos, kind of just a up and down the chord kind of thing. And then it has kind of a lazy first section with a tune that kind of culminates in something that sounds a little like the Mexican hand clapping song that I'm sure you all know. Da-na-na-na-na-na, that one. And then it goes into a kind of faster, dancey section, and then it has a slow, kind of lazy third section. And I believe Copland said that people spent the night in this bar. The bar was open all night, and people slept there, and then they woke up there in the morning, and it was a real happening place. And the last section is, again, it's a big finale section. There's lots of stuff going on. It's clearly a scene of a lot of activity, and there's different kinds of rhythms. We very seldom, sometimes we're playing exactly together, and sometimes we're playing things that don't seem at all connected, and they kind of come in and out. And one of the characteristics of the Mexican folk music that he uses are the 5/8 time, which is like real consistently. So you start to feel like you're either somebody who has had a little too much to drink and can't really walk straight anymore, and it has. I mean, that's kind of how I think of the piece anyway. So it's a very nice piece. It's a wonderful piece, and it was actually intended for orchestra, but its first performance really was on 2 pianos. And Leonard Bernstein, who was Copland's very close friend, did this arrangement. It's a terrific arrangement, so we hope you enjoy it.